Hi, you probably don't know me, so here's a little introduction. My name's Charlie. I enjoy reading, figure skating, drawing, journaling, coloring, writing. That's pretty all I am. I'm pretty basic. As you can see, I like ABBA, the Swedish pop group from the 70s, and Billie Eilish. Now, this video. So, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, I guess, influencer, someone who creates videos because I grew up watching videos and enjoying stuff like that. So, what better way to do that than to make my own video about books? I don't really know if this channel is going to be about books or figure skating or music or reactions, so we'll kind of see where it goes from here. But this video today is about books. What other way to get to know me than to know my favorite books? So, I'm gonna tell you. This is horrible. Also, this mic is so cheap, so this probably sounds like trash, so I might have to voice it, but that's okay. So here is my library. I'm giving you a little tour here. My bookshelves, yada yada yada. This is my TBR and favorite shelf, romance section and mysteries, stuff like that. Again, TBR, and then favorites. Y'all are funny if you thought I was gonna stand this whole video. No, sir. So, as you saw in the clips of my bookshelves, I have a TBR shelf and I have a favorite shelf. Now, the books on the favorite shelf are my favorites. So those are what we're going to be talking about today. Starting with my favorite books to ever exist. And you'll notice one of them was missing on the bookshelf. That's because it's loaned out to a friend right now. The Prisoner Healer series. I don't think it's actually called that. It's like the Prisoner something series. But the first book is The Prison Healer. The second book is The Gilded Cage, and the third book is Blood Trader. When I tell you I love those books, I mean it. The yearning, the plot twist, the angst, like there's everything compiled into that book. It's beautiful, and if you've never read it, go read it now. So yeah, I've rated The Prison Healer 5 stars, The Gilded Cage 5 stars, and The Blood Trader 6 stars. So if you're not familiar with how rating works, basically you rate a book 1 through 5, and if it's a book you really, really like it's like you love it with a burning passion, it's a 6 star. And that's what the last book in this trilogy was to me. It was a 6 star. You have to read The Prison Healer all the way through. You cannot stop. You need to read it to the last page because the last page, work of art. Okay, so you'll also notice that on my favorite shelf, I have Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. Now, Ruthless Vows, I think I gave 4 stars because that's the second book. I did like Divine Rivals more. I love those books so much. It has such like a cozy magical world, and I love it. I love it so much. And the romance, oh my god. Read it. Read it. It's beautiful. Also, none of these books so far none of these books have spice. Just I don't really read that. So, if that's what you want, it's not here. Next, we have we'll go to some of the romance books. So Fake Skating by Lynn Painter is on there. I read this book back in December, I think, and I really, really loved this book, mainly because I connected with it a lot. Like it was kind of my life story for some reason. You follow this girl named Danny Collins, and basically she had this younger best friend who was a guy, and long story short, they had a falling out, and the girl moved away. She would go to this town every summer break or something like that because she would stay with her grandpa, but her dad was a military dad, so they were always traveling and moving schools. Now, she comes back after her parents got a divorced and they're not talking anymore. She comes back to live with her grandpa and her mother, and she reconnects with the guy from her childhood. His name is Alec. Now, this is where I feel it. Okay, this is where it connects to my life. Danny she doesn't have the best relationship with her grandfather, and they kind of like none of them are really good at communicating emotions, which me, me, me. Okay, I had it was like a weird like 4 year gap where I didn't speak to my grandpa ever. Anyways, moving past that. Um, And Danny used to be a really outgoing girl. Like, she was always loud and fun and an extrovert. But now she's kind of like a shell of herself, and she's really, really anxious all the time. Guess who has crippling anxiety? Me. I do. Okay. And then also, it's like the whole figure skating and ice skating aspect. She doesn't actually figure skate, by the way. I was clickbaited into thinking that. He's a hockey player, but whatever. Anyways, so yeah, that book really resonates with me. So if you like friends to lovers, fake dating, there is fake dating in there. Totally forgot. That's like the whole point of the book. There's fake dating. Also on my favorites bookshelf was One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. I don't consider this book to be very like spicy. I don't really remember. I read it kind of a long time ago, but I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think. I think there's one scene in the first book and one scene in the second one. I don't remember. I kind of black out most of the time. But these books, I really liked the world and I liked the magic system. Oh, okay. We're gonna go back to romance real quick. Push aside fantasy. There is a skateboarder outside my window. Hang on. The Summer of Broken Rules. This is one of my favorite. Sorry, I was making sure my mic was still on. This is one of my favorite romances. So I think what really resonated with me in this book was the talk about grief, because the main character loses her sister. That's not a spoiler, by the way. You learn that early on, and it's on the back of the book anyways. So the main character loses her sister, and she kind of like distanced herself from all of her friends and family. And so in this book, you really get to see her reconnect with people and be happy again, and like kind of settle herself. But yeah, it's like a really cute summer read. It's both, it has like both the emotional part of it, the funny part of it, the summer part of it, and like the happy part. So I think it's like a really healing book. It's also easy to read, I think. I read it quickly. But basically, this girl is going to her cousin's wedding, I think. And so they're all meeting up at this place they used to all hang out when they were younger. And so she's having all these emotions thinking about her sister because they used to go there all the time. So yeah, that's a really cute book. I love that book with my whole heart. I just heard a really loud bird and I thought it was a kid. Okay, we're gonna take a break from romance and go back over to fantasy. So, fantasy, that stupid kid is back. Maybe it was the kid, maybe it wasn't a bird. Okay. Anyways, I really hope the audio on this is good because these mics suck. Whatever. Assistant to the Villain. So this is a adult fantasy book. Most of the books I've been mentioning were young adult, except for One Dark Window and Assistant to the Villain. But Assistant to the Villain has no spice. It's more of like it's kind of like a rom-com, cozy fantasy kind of read. A really cute story. The main girl is Evie, and she's so cute and so funny. Basically, it's exactly what it sounds. She becomes the assistant to the villain. That's it, basically. But it's really cute, and there's also like mystery in it too. So there's 3 out now, and I think the 4th one is coming in August, I believe. Somebody fact check. Okay, I think it's a child. I don't think it's a bird. Let the kids have their fun, man. I'm just being sour because I don't go outside. This audio is gonna suck, I can tell. I might have to re-record this entire video. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, those are basically like all of my favorite books. There's probably some that I missed. There's definitely some that I missed because I'm just going off of memory. Okay, we have officially switched audio back to my phone audio because the microphones, I feel like, sound like crap. It's not turning off. Okay. My hair is getting messed up slowly but surely, so I gotta make this quick. That's pretty much it for like my favorite books. I think I'm gonna stop there. So yeah, this is my first YouTube video ever. If it actually gets posted, then I'll see you then. I'd be shocked if I ever actually post this, but hi, future me again. So if you actually watched this far, thank you so much. And I hope to see you again next time I make a video. And next time I won't be using those crappy mics, so please come back. I know it probably sounds bad. I'll put subtitles in, okay? You just work with me here, guys. I'm sorry. That'll do it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!